Hey, welcome back to my channel. So like I mentioned in my last video, I start working third shift in about a week, so I wanted to record this kind of for my own sake, just to be able to go back one day and remember what it was like to just have a normal schedule. So this is my day one of training. This is a regular 8 a.m. training, and I didn't have an alarm this day. I didn't have to set one because my husband actually leaves at 6:20 and I was going to set my alarm for 6:30. So this is me just laying in bed for 10 minutes trying to convince myself to get out of bed. So enjoy. So I don't usually figure out what I'm going to wear first thing in the morning, but on this particular day I really thought that it would take me a really long time to figure it out because the dress code was casual and comfortable, and I don't know how to do that. I usually only do business casual, so thankfully I found something pretty quickly that I thought was appropriate, and that is what I went with. Then I just go ahead and start my makeup. Pretty much everything in my makeup bag is made by e.l.f. with the exception of a lip gloss and a new mascara that I just bought off of Amazon. It's just a cheap $5 mascara that's supposed to be vegan. So that is that. And then I went to go check in on Bella because last night when it was time for the doggies to go to bed, she decided that she didn't want to go to bed and she wanted to sleep on the couch. So I just went to go make sure that she wasn't trying to go potty or anything. And she wasn't. She was still cuddled up on the couch. So I went back to doing my makeup. Also, I couldn't find my highlighter on this day. I don't know where it is. I still can't find it, but I just used whatever was left on the brush, which is so gross, but I didn't have a choice. Most people wait to finish their makeup in order to set it with setting spray, but I do that before I do mascara and eyeliner. Otherwise, I never wait long enough for it to dry and I end up looking like a hot mess with makeup all over my eyes and not in a good way. So I do that first and then I do mascara last. I really like this mascara. It applies a really good amount of product onto the lashes. I don't have to do 2 or 3 coats. The lip gloss that I'm using in this video is going to be Mary Kay. I actually have a sample size that I won on a raffle one day, and I'm trying to find the full size because I really like it. It's really simple and it stays on for a really long time. I usually try to put on some heat protector on my hair before I put anything hot on it. I don't always, I usually forget, to be honest with you, but I also don't really straighten it that well. I just like get a couple of pieces here and there. Then I make the bed really quickly. I don't really make it like super well made or anything like that, but I do like to make sure that the sheets are not exposed because Holly likes to lay on this bed and she's usually really dirty, so I do lay her throw blanket on top of the bed. That way if she's gonna dirty a blanket, it can be her own blanket and not my comforter or my sheets. Then my husband usually feeds the cat, but on this day she was screaming at me, so I went to go make sure that she did have food in her bowl, which she did. She was just being a brat. And this is the outfit that I ended up putting together. I think it's great for the occasion. Then I go ahead and feed the dogs. I give them all their separate bowls, and then I try to separate Mr. Bubba, otherwise he likes to eat everybody's food. And I have to give one of my doggies some eye ointment for her infection and also dry eye, so I have to give her these 2 types. Then I go ahead and let Miss Holly in. I forgot to show you guys. This morning I let her out. Then I go and fill up the bird feeders. So I find that the birds are already waiting for me by 7:15 in the morning every single day, so I take this job very seriously. Then I go ahead and turn off the night light that is on my radio, and I leave the music playing for them all day so it doesn't get too quiet in the house while everybody's gone. And I'm collecting my air wicks over here, my plugins, because I don't really use them anymore. So then I go ahead and spray my plants. Some of them didn't really make it through the hot summer, the hot dry summer. The calatheas actually need more moisture in the air, but I just keep on watering them, and I just hope that they come back to life eventually. They're definitely not a plant for beginners, and that one doesn't even have dirt. I should probably do that. Then I go ahead and mark the schedule. I do have a schedule for my doggie's medicine. That way I know when I give it to her and when I need to give it to her next. I don't really drink coffee, but on this morning I will, because it's my first day, and although I got a good night's rest, I just want to make sure that I don't look like I'm falling asleep. I keep a chart on here, as you can see by the tallies of how many coffees this bag makes, because we use a lot more than the suggested serving amount, because if we use what it says to use on the bag, it tastes a little bit watery. So we are keeping track of it. It's our first time using that instead of K-cups, so we want to know how many servings it makes for us. And this is a creamer that I like to use. It's just Silk almond creamer. Then I go ahead and put Mr. Bubba back on this day. None of the dogs actually ate, so it was kind of a waste. He's probably gonna end up eating all the doggies' food anyway, which sucks, and that's why he hasn't been able to lose the weight, even though I try my very best to feed him in a separate area. And also he can't stay on this side of the house while I'm gone because he likes to pee everywhere. So now we're going to work. I was kind of panicking all morning that I was running late, but I just looked at the GPS and it's not that bad. I should be about 10 minutes early. I'm really nervous and really excited for today. It's just so weird to go back to something, just some place that I used to go and I never thought that I would go to ever again. But you know, that's just how it is. You never know what's gonna happen, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to even go back. So I'm just going to do the best that I can. It's going to be a 8 a.m. to 5:45 training. Whenever I do drive to and from work, it is my favorite part of the day. This is the time that I just sit alone with God and just talk to him, and I am really excited to go back to doing that, because when I wasn't working, I wasn't really leaving the house at all. So it was a little bit harder for me to set time apart for that. So yeah, let's go and get this done. I'm so nervous, but I'll see you during lunch. Open up. I'm here and I have about 5 minutes to spare. Sorry about the weird lighting. There it is. My heart is beating so fast. I know that I'm gonna know a lot of the people in there, and they're probably gonna ask me a bunch of questions, and I'm not antisocial or anything, but it makes me nervous to just talk to people. I don't know, it's super weird. But what was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So I didn't have breakfast. I don't normally have breakfast, but I'm literally starving right now. I think it's just because I'm nervous. My stomach is making all kinds of weird noises, and I really hope they have snacks, which I'm pretty sure they do. They always do. So I also brought my water with me. Well, my water bottle with me. There's no water in it, so I know they have water fountains, so I have to fill this up really quick to kind of try to stay awake. I've already reviewed all this stuff, so it's gonna be a little bit repetitive, and I don't want to look like I'm falling asleep. So it's lunchtime. So far so good. I'm just trying to see how to get home. I have 1 hour and I need to go give my dog her eye medicine. So let me see how far the drive is. So I saw 2 people today that could help me out by writing my letters of recommendation for my grad program, so I'm so happy about that. And I don't normally drink coffee, so my body was kind of freaking out. I was like shaky and I had to go to the bathroom so badly. I don't anymore. They didn't have snacks like I said that they probably would, because they always have snacks, but the lady next to me was giving us candies and cookies, so that was super sweet of her. Alright, so it's a 15-minute drive and I hope I make it back on time. I'm sure I will. Hopefully there aren't any accidents, and I'll see you at home or when I get back here. I know. I miss you too. I miss you too. I miss you too. Okay, so I'm back at work. I have about 10 minutes to get inside, and my mom was at the house. She was doing laundry. She came over to do laundry, and I got distracted, so I left my badge at home, and I didn't even realize until I was pulling into the parking lot. So that would happen to me on my first day. I would leave my badge at home. So I don't know, I'll let you guys know what happens. So I'm finally home. It was so great to get out of the house. It's been weeks and weeks of me just being at home and going to the store and things like that, but it was really nice. Even though it was just work, it was really nice to talk to new people and do the training. I really like the training. It's about like compassion fatigue and just, you know, how to deal with trauma and things that I normally like to learn about. As you can tell, I study psychology and child development, so I had a lot of fun. I was planning to come home and walk the dogs, but it's already getting really dark, and honestly I live in a really scary neighborhood so I don't really like to walk once the sun goes down. So I think for now I'm just gonna have some dinner with my husband until he leaves to the gym. It's 6:15. He's gonna go to the gym at 7 like he normally does. I don't go to the gym. I wish I did, but I'm not motivated enough to go to the gym, honestly. So again, we're just gonna have dinner, and before I get to hang out and enjoy the rest of my day, I actually have to study for the GRE. So today's going to be the official day 1 of studying for the GRE, so I can get back in school. I'm so happy that I already know 2 out of 3 people that are going to write my letters of recommendation. I already talked to them, so that's super great. I just have to figure out 1 more. And what else? About the badge, they were super cool, and they just said to bring it back tomorrow, so I'm gonna do just that. How would you rate your own brownies? Babe, can you not run away? They're still warm. That's really good. Mine were destroyed. I had to throw mine away. They didn't get this fluffy. They were burned, and they're really oily. Good job. Proud of you. Babe, did you already feed the cat because she's throwing a fit over there?
No, she doesn't scream at me.
Hey, do you want HelloFresh?
Do we have time? Or it takes like 5 minutes, right?
We have to cook the pasta.
How long does it take?
It will take 30 minutes.
Oh, that's too long.
Since I'm not gonna take them out for a walk, I'm just gonna play with them a little bit. They love the laser. Careful, don't bump into each other. Careful. Okay, no fighting. If you're gonna fight, we're gonna go back inside. Papa stayed inside eating all the food while everybody was playing outside. Shocker! Papa's eating all the food. Shocker! Come here, Papa. Come on. Hello, Holly. Did you miss Mama? Hello. Did you miss Mama? Oh, I don't think she did. Did Papa miss Mama? Papa, did you miss Mama? Honey, do you miss Mama? I know you did, because you're the sweetest girl. I love you. Finish your dinner so you can get out of doggy jail. Finish your dinner. You want to come out? You want to come over here? Finish your dinner. Finish your dinner. Babe, guess what?
No.
That's all I have for lunch.
Me too.
Can you believe it? I'm starving. Do you want to take one? Bless you.
No.
Does anybody want to go to Taco Bell? Babe, I'm in my official Taco Bell attire. What are we gonna take? Chunky, you want to come to Taco Bell?
Request my chariot, get ya. The doors open. Take the hot road.
Yeah, that's close. Oh, what the heck? What are we gonna do? Bubba, there's no Taco Bell, babies. You want Carl's? The car sounds tired.
You want just 2 tacos?
I want 4 tacos. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, Bubba, did you hear that sound? Whoa.
And can I have the 3-piece egg rolls?
3-piece egg roll?
Yes.
Okay, anything else?
And 1 chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich?
Yeah.
Everything correct on your screen?
Yes.
973, thank you.
Alright, thank you.
He's ready. He always knows. How does he know?
Can't stay here.
Bubba, come here, baby. Come here, please.
Yeah, what should I do?
Come here, little buddy. He's waiting for the food. Bye-bye. Are you cute? Oh, look at that face. Oh, yay. So as you may have noticed by now, my husband has a very dark sense of humor, and he says no about everything before I even finish the question. And he also messes with the dogs a lot, but he actually loves the dogs. He's just he thinks he's hilarious. Babe, stop. You can smell all the goodness in there. He looks so much like Bella right here from this angle. Well, Bella looks like him. Then if you look at him like this, he looks like Junior Aurora.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. And like I mentioned earlier, I very recently stopped using the Airwick plugins. I just use them for a very long time, and I just find that they are getting very expensive and I can't smell them that much anymore because, I don't know, maybe I have just gotten too used to them, or you know, the fact that I have 10,000 dogs. But now I'm using the diffuser, and I like to use the eucalyptus essential oil. And then after that, we just had some very delicious food. At first I was really sad because there was no sauce, but then I just went to the kitchen and found my extra stash of sauces from like other times that we go to fast food restaurants, so thank God for that. Then we watched The Office until my husband had to go to the gym. Do you guys want to cuddle? Everybody ate dinner. Come on. Yay! Yay!
We should be closer than friends. If you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda. Request my chariot to get ya. The door's OPN. Take that hot road and hop in. Open up, OPN, OPN.
As you can tell, Junior is such a mama's boy. He loves to be cuddling. It does take a little while for them to calm down because they get super excited and happy whenever I do bring them into the living room. But once they are calm and relaxed, and I know they won't start running around and chasing and, you know, peeing on stuff, that's when I get up and I leave and I do whatever else I gotta do. And Bubba, so nosy. Oh, and look at Bella. They're twins. So on this day, instead of going straight into studying like I said that I would, I actually had to help out my mom with an application that she wanted to submit. She was having some trouble logging in and stuff like that. So I went ahead and did that first. And then after that, I found a 30-day program kind of thing, like a schedule to study for the GRE, although it is recommended that you study for 3 months. I'm just gonna go ahead and follow this 30-day plan and hope for the best. Not sure if I mentioned it already in another video, but the deadline to submit the application is actually January 15th, and if I don't make it by the deadline, I have to wait a full year to try to enroll again. So that's definitely not ideal. Well, I am shooting for the first week of December to take the GRE. That way I can have enough time to get back my results. So I went ahead and did some of the practice test. Honestly, I got very frustrated because I didn't know a lot of it. So I have a long ways to go in terms of studying. And that's all I did this day. After this, I just went ahead and showered and went to bed and just got up and did it all over again. And I will be doing this for another 2 weeks up until I start working my 3rd shift. And then after that, I clock in at 11 p.m. and I clock out at 7 a.m. So I will definitely update you guys with a routine of what that kind of looks like. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. I appreciate it like always, and I hope to see you in the next one.